Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View. Welcome to the preview for our game at Old Trafford against the Cottagers, against Fulham. And listen, the celebrations, the vibes, the energy after beating Arsenal, they've come to an end. I can officially close the proceedings, close the party. It's over. I've had the best time. You've all had the best time, but it's time to move on. It's time to move on. We said, obviously, we only got one game a week, so we get longer than others to actually celebrate. If I'm truly honest with you, don't tell the Arsenal fans, but it did feel in the Tuesday, Wednesday vibe bit. It felt a little bit because it's when they all go off.
You're dragging it out.
Europe.
You're dragging it out. You were still celebrating, waving your flag on. Yeah, and they're like, we're over here.
I'll still do this.
Remember me? I'm over here. I'm over here. You lost at the weekend. We don't care anymore. I still
don't care.
Still,
no one cared. All we had was all of Monday, which was a great day, and part of Tuesday. But by the time it got to Wednesday, when all the teams were playing, obviously, listen, if I was them, I'd do the same thing. Pulled up to DR, ready for the weekend preview. Just a quick recap on all the European games. We're all in the top 8. Where are you? All of that. Obviously, I defended myself, deflected this, that, and the other. But essentially, they're right. We want to get back to not being this embarrassing. But it's games like these, though. It's games like these. So Arsenal, let's lock it away in a box. Thank you, guys. You gave us great memories. We all rode out for you guys. And now this is a different type of task. This is the game where, depending on who you are, but a lot of United fans are saying this game potentially has bigger connotations. These are the games where we usually fall. These are the games where we don't show the intensity or the mindset needed to get over the line.
Get over the line. Don't be lazy. That's what you need to get. Lazy. No, it's true. The expectation is that we will win. It's not as if, though, that Fulham aren't doing well, though, at the moment. I mean, Fulham, to be honest with you, Flex, Fulham are a European contender for us. I mean, they're 7th in the league. They're on 34 points, so they're only 4 points behind us. So if they were to win this game, I mean, they'll be looking at it as, hey, if we win this, we go within a point of Manchester United, right? You mentioned previously on one of our morning shows, I think it was yesterday, saying that, away from home, maybe they've not been as good. They've scored a lot of goals this season, but they've also conceded a lot. They're on 0 goal difference, scored 32, conceded 32. Whereas us, we're in the heavy heights of +7 on the goal difference. Yes, exactly. Scoring goals and, kept a clean sheet against Manchester City. But actually, speaking of that, maybe that would be one of those things of, right, the expectation is to win, but also you want a win where you keep a clean sheet. It's about continuing on that positive momentum because, obviously people will get carried away after you beat the 2 top teams in the league. You're going to get people that are like, oh my God, Manchester United are back, even if they're saying it facetiously. But if we win this game, which I think we will on Sunday, then you do start going, well, that's 3 wins in a row. And compared to the rest of the league, I mean, we covered it before. Like, there's only a couple of teams that are currently on 2 wins in a row. No one can put a run of victories together. So if Man United can now win these games that they're expected to win, get to 3 or 4 games, possibly even 5, not only does Frank get a haircut, but also we skyrocket up the league. And really, you could have yourself a scenario where you actually end up sort of not comfortably, but getting into a spot where actually those European positions, you can lock these down relatively early if you wanted to. If you went on a run of games where everyone else is inconsistent, you could lock down those European spots and be like, I'll tell you what, we can afford to slip up a little bit now. So now's the time to really make the most of this good form. We're in a good moment. There will come a point because it's still January, where we drop off a little bit and we're not as good and we go through a difficult patch, get some injuries. I know we've got Dorgu that's hurt now. But if we can just continue this form and momentum, even if it's for the next month or so, we'll be in a really good position for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's basically trying to get some wriggle room. I mean, Villa did it. I know they did it on a big level. They did it to such a level that they're title contenders. But they've did it to I mean less about the title and more so that us trying to look to drag them into the 3rd, 4th is harder because they're like 9 points ahead of us, 8 points ahead of us, something like that. So that's not easy. So exactly, you're looking at Liverpool who are faltering, but at any moment, they're Liverpool, they can get it going, might be able to go on a run, you never know. You're looking at teams in and around us, like Chelsea as well, same thing. They're going steady with Rafinha, aren't they? They've only lost the one game to Arsenal, but the runs kind of favoured them. But that was a big performance away at Napoli, to be fair. Naples, that's not easy. So they're doing all right. They're facing Brentford at home. I think you'd expect them to beat them. So this is changing. So we never know. But we have to find a way to get some consistency, like you're saying, to start branching away from people like Fulham. Start dispelling them. Start saying, no, you're not in. No, Liverpool and Chelsea are going to be. We don't need extras here. Get rid. But it's not going to be an easy game. Harry Wilson's in great form. They're tough in midfield. Iwobi's playing well at the minute. Smith Rowe in the 10, Xander Berg next to Iwobi. That Kevin guy on the left, Jimenez up front. You know what you're going to get. Bassi probably back next to Anderson, Leno in goal, Castagna, Robinson. You could pretty much name the team that's going to play, but it's going to be a tough game. Should Michael Carrick make probably the only forced change, which is Cunha for Dorgu, and it moving, or do you envisage there being other situations? Because I don't think there's much to change apart from second Dorgu. That's just something we don't.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have Lommans in goal, sure. You probably have Leacher there again. With Maguire, I suppose it just depends about just how fit he is, because obviously he has been out for a while, and I know obviously he was back the last game or last couple of games. But you still want to manage that. But if he's fit, you would probably go Maguire. Maybe it might be a game for Yoro, because you still got to, this is where if you had a permanent manager that was looking further ahead than just the end of the season, maybe he might play Yoro as like, because for next season it's important. We still can't just freeze him out. We've got to get him back up to confidence and game time. But that's not Michael Carrick's thinking, is it? Michael Carrick's thinking is just get to the end of the season, win as many games as possible. Who's playing well right now, which is probably Maguire. So Maguire would come in. Right back. I mean, that's the only other change I can possibly think of is right back, because you could have Mazraoui coming for Dalot. I know obviously Dalot's played in the last 2 games, but it's still Dalot, and I'd be much more comfortable having Mazraoui there instead of Dalot, right? Particularly in a game you've got more of the ball. Mazraoui inverting to midfield, very comfortable with the ball at his feet, less error prone than say Dalot. So maybe Mazraoui for Dalot. Midfield will be the same, Kobe, Casemiro. And then this is where it does get interesting, isn't it? Like we kind of touched on it on the morning show on Friday. Was it a game that Šeško was always earmarked to start because it's at home, different kind of game? Or because it's gone so well with Mbeumo being up front, does he just go, look, I can't really change that. And Mbeumo up front, Ahmad on the right, Bruno in the 10, Cunha on the left. And I would probably lean towards more that. I think you keep doing it until it stops working, don't you? And then once it stops working, that's when you try and bring Šeško on, and then maybe he starts the next game.
Exactly, mix it up a little bit. I mean, super proactiveness that we've never seen is changing stuff from the winning position, going, I know that was for that, but this is for this, and you change it and you still win comfortably.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, if we start seeing that,
which you can,
that'd be crazy.
You can do, but if we were still in let's say we were in Europe or Champions League, Europa League, and you would go, look, we got a big game Wednesday or big game Thursday. That's when you go, right, okay, rotate. But we just don't have that
right now. Consistency is our best friend. Exactly. Consistency is our best friend. Not just trying to get players in to keep them happy, trying to pick the same team as often as possible, bar injuries, bar maybe the opposition. But we've played a lot of the big games now where you'd probably have to change a lot. It's only really Chelsea away next and Liverpool home, Spurs home as well. So, but they're games where we can, potentially be quite confident and get after teams. But there shouldn't be any ones in there now where you're looking at going, you better change this. Need to go to back 5. Need to soak up pressure. A lot of the games now are within our favour. So consistency is going to be Michael Carrick and his team's best friend. And hopefully that is consistency of results and consistency of the team playing. People like Leacher and Luke Shaw playing every single game. Dalot knowing he's playing. Ahmad knowing he's playing. Mbeumo knowing he's playing. Bruno, Kobe, Cass, they all know they're playing. And under Carrick, I believe they all know they're playing until they either don't perform or you need to change it for injury. I will say this. Someone said about Luke Shaw the other day, I saw a stat. He started every single game. I think it was. He started James has won his thing ages ago. He's on 23 starts now, isn't it? Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And Luke Shaw's having a season, man, because he's actually going under the radar, Like he's actually playing well as well.
It's even funny how that works out, isn't it? Because James gets a lot of shit, sometimes deserved on social media, but he gets a lot of shit, with stuff that he's said and gets, he gets out of context quite a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Whatever. But it's one of those ones that I don't see that one going viral when he said like first week of the season, hey, I'll put a bet on Luke Shaw starting 25 plus games. And I literally in this chair reclined all the way back, Flex, and was like, fucking hell, no way. And he was right on that one. And it's noticeable when Shaw doesn't play. He's only not played twice this season. We've lost both games, and they've been I think it was Grimsby and Brighton, the 2 cup games. He didn't play. He was rested and out of the squad. Now, long term, obviously, you can't really do that because Man United is a club that's should be in multiple competitions. So maybe that Shaw issue is something that will arise maybe next year for more competitions. But this season, like you said, he's been a pillar of the team, and you know, and you know what you're going to get when he plays. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's never been an issue of quality of Luke Shaw. It's always been an issue of availability, hasn't it? That's the
exactly. Just before we finish off, get predictions. I will say this to rile you up. I have had a look yesterday on the old Fulham socials at the time of recording anyway.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
They give it the old sea bass on our last trip to Old Trafford. Yeah. Obviously, Calvin Bassey, but a bit of sea bass, you know, a bit of fish. That's what was on the menu last time. So I've had a look in the comments. It's full of we're so massive on social. There's not even one Fulham fan in there. It's all United fans just going, you know what our United fans have done? I love us sometimes, but sometimes we're silly, but we're funny. They've added all our players. At Bruno, at Mateus Cunha, at Vic. Don't let this happen. We'll see you on Sunday. We're cooking. Wait till it's brilliant. So that's what Fulham are on. They dined on sea bass. Yeah, not salmon, not lobster, not cod, not prawns. They had a bit of sea bass last time they came on Trafford. Yeah, not swordfish. Yeah. Let's make sure that we send them back with that 1-star food rating that we got. Yeah, let them get a bit of that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. We realized that any kind of food preparation at Old Trafford, you're getting sick. That's what you're getting, You're getting massive diarrhea, projectile vomiting. That's what you get at Old Trafford, and that's what we'll give you at the weekend.
Send them back with that. Owen, what's the prediction?
The prediction is 3-0 to Manchester United.
Raw. First, no. Believe, positive vibes. 3-0 though. Okay. I just didn't expect it. But listen, I'm not, you know me, I'm on with the believe right now. Word to Coley. Yeah. I'm not on trying to go, what do you mean 3-0 clean sheet? Why'd you? No, I'm not going to question it. Cool. No problem. I was in between the 2-0 and the 2-1. I'm going to go 2-0.
Okay. Well, I was in between 3-0 and 3-1, and I thought, you know what, positive 3-0.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Guys, let us know what you think. Are we getting overboard here? Are we going to extra here? One thing we definitely both agree on is we don't care what the scoreline is as long as we win.
Nope.
I don't care if it's a 1-0 ugly. Don't care. Doesn't matter. Just get this W. Just keep getting the W's, man. So yeah, let us know as well what your predicted 11 would be in the chat as well. We are out of here. We'll see you on match day. I will be there. I will also be working with TalkSport as well. So I'll be in the stadium with them. Of course, match reaction afterwards for myself. That always happens here. That would always be here. And of course, Owen will be on the match view with DJ. See you there, people. We are out of here. Take care. Peace.